Well, hello, my beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career and money reading for mid-May right through to mid-June 2025. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, I've sourced a softer frequency to prepare and cleanse your reading. I'm using Gaia chimes to cleanse hourly, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound, okay? So let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Scorpio, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? What can they expect in their career in the next coming weeks and months? Please show them regarding their money, what they need to be aware of. Well, the first card is the star. I mean, you cannot get better than that. The star energy indicates that you're shining your light. You have star power in your industry. Even if you're currently looking for a role, you are going to be seen above the rest. We've got the moon energy there as well. So you're going to be in the ebb and flow of your career sector. Also, some of you, the moon card can indicate you're a little bit nervous about the path ahead. Some of you may be feeling a little bit uncertain, but you are stepping into your personal power and doing what you can to transform your circumstances. You know, a lot of you may also be questioning a certain path to independence, because I'm being given the word independence right now. I mean, on the moon, look at that, we got the fish. So there's a lot of abundance there, being in the flow there as well. Incidentally, and I can't prove it, but right at the beginning, I do a little 10-minute meditation before your reading, and I actually saw a fish in the water. I didn't write it down, so I can't prove it, but it's nice to know that it was there, okay? I know it was there, although you didn't see it there, and I didn't write it down, so I cannot prove it, so I can't claim it really, but nice to know that you are heading in the direction of something that is going to be very, let's say, abundant for you, okay? Because there's lots of different connections to abundance. This can be, you know, feeling like you're making an impact, knowing that you are feeling content with what you do, but also financially rewarded for what you do. I feel it's all about, oh my gosh, look at that card. I mean, I feel there's something hitting a little bit different about your energy in the next coming weeks. You're on target. Let's see what that card is. Ace of Cups. A new opportunity that is meant for you is coming right on in. Okay, this could also be that you are doing something that you love, or maybe you're launching something that's going to be very successful. You don't know how it's going to go. Some of you may even have put this off. You may have feared launching it, or, you know, just been a little bit nervous about how it will be received. Some of you, this could be a new idea that perhaps you're putting forward in a meeting, or, you know, I would say that you are on target, you are out there, and I feel it's going to be very successful. We got Ace of Wands. What's going on, Scorpio? You've had like Wheel of Fortune energy for a couple of your other readings recently. You got two aces here. We've got the Death card, lots of new beginnings. fresh new starts here. These could be new ideas, new projects. Some of you, because there is this energy of duality with the moon, this could be like a passion project that maybe you're doing on the side. Because remember, the moon, as I was just mentioning earlier, is about independence, but also comfort. You know, there's often a dog and a wolf on the moon card. So this could be that you're going off and doing something independently. Maybe you're looking into that at this time. Whether you're thinking about launching your own business or becoming a consultant perhaps, or maybe you are already someone who works for yourself and you're diversifying on ideas, expanding your reach. But also, you know, the dog on the moon card can indicate that there's something that you're doing day to day that's repetitive, that you are dedicated to, that, you know, is kind of like the structure of what you do. But the wolf energy can be complementary. It can mean that you're setting up something alongside whatever it is that you do, diversifying second streams of income. Perhaps, you know, you're automating something in some way that actually builds wealth on the side, passive income in some way. We've got the 10 of Pentacles. Loving that. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, you're all about your finances. Multiplying wealth. There's definitely another stream of income here that you haven't quite tapped into yet, but it is going to be very, very lucrative. It is going to double the dough, literally, because you have that Queen of Pentacles and it's in the resistance position there, but it will turn into the upright. Some of you may also have been thinking about either launching something from home. Okay, or maybe you work from home already, and it can be that you are building on what you already have. We got the 7 of Cups there, which tends to mean you're looking at your options. You've got a lot on your plate. I definitely see that you are very busy there. Some of you may also have felt a little bit disappointed recently. Either something hasn't been working, or you felt a little bit let down by a person or situation. Perhaps you felt an opportunity that could have been yours passed you by, but I want you to be aware that what is meant for you, it will never pass you by, okay? We got the King of Swords. You're a pro at what you do. I mean, even this King of Swords is holding 2 roses. So I would say a lot of you are doing 2 things, either second streams of income or ideas to launch something that complements what you do already, okay? You're in business mode, whatever it is that you do, and I definitely see here that perhaps it was hard won, whatever it is, but it's going to be so worth it. If you think about the nature of this King of Swords, the King of Swords in a like career and business reading and money reading, it means you're a pro at what you do. You have great ideas. But this particular card, this figure is holding 2 roses. Roses have thorns, okay? And this person has prepared for the fact that something could be difficult because this person is wearing gloves, okay? So I feel like you are protecting yourself against something that perhaps could have been challenging, but you're going to grow, you're going to thrive and survive even in those challenging circumstances. I mean, economically, things are challenging for a lot of industries right now. So whatever it is that you're doing, I feel like you're riding this out, and I feel there's a lot of good things happening here for you. I want to address anyone who is currently out of work, because the moon card can be that you've either stepped away from something or you feel there's a lack of something, maybe a lack of no support there. It could be also that you feel that, you know, you had to walk away from a role because it was not fulfilling or it was toxic. And for some of you, it could be that it didn't align with your long-term goals or dreams. But the moon card can also be like some of you may have been made redundant, for example, something was taken away. And if that's you, I actually see 2 really awesome opportunities coming your way. One that you'll get quite quickly. You should hear about this very soon. If you haven't heard about it already, you will. And shortly after, there's a bit of a delay on this one. Why? I feel someone needs to leave the position before it becomes available, is what I'm being given. So if you're looking to work for a company or with a company, I feel that there's 2 options here. I mean, you're going to get the best of both worlds. 7 of Cups means all opportunities are really good deals, but I feel there is some sort of like leadership role on offer, something that has a lot of status there that requires your knowledge, your diligence, and your focus, because you're really a pro at what you do. So I feel already on your resume, they're going to love what you do, whatever industry it is. Please apply it to your situation. But if you're currently looking for a job, I feel you could get like a managerial role or a role where you have status, control, and somehow you're detached. So I feel like you're leading a team of people. This could be that you're an intellectual authoritative figure on something, or maybe you're a mediator where you need to negotiate good deals for people or negotiate in some way. Could also be like HR for some of you, where you know the rules and regulations of company and business. So that's coming through strongly. Now, of course, for some of you, if you are currently looking at your options and you're like, okay, I don't want to partner up with a business. I want to work for myself. I want to be my own boss. A lot of you could be launching that, becoming your entrepreneurial spirit, whether you are creative, doing what you do, and it could be something that you could actually sell online for some of you, or just sell in a creative market. And you could be setting up some sort of business structure that protects your legal rights and your entrepreneurial spirit. When I say entrepreneurial, I basically mean, you are someone with great ideas, you have a good business sense about you, and you could work in any industry. You could be a performer, you could be an artist, you could be, a musician. It could be that you are very creative, or it could be that you work in construction, or you work, in some sort of legal sector. Whatever it is, a lot of you, there is this business energy about you right now, and you're thinking about structure, being diligent, and getting the best out of your circumstances. So I definitely see that there's options coming on in for you. Okay, so if you're currently out of work, or you're currently like discussing your options in your head, really thinking about launching new things, or even for some of you, there's this energy of you having a lot of skills and migrating your skills into new arenas or sectors. Okay, I definitely see that you're going to thrive. It's almost like you bring something to life as well. So over the next coming weeks, some of you could be looking at different aspects of whatever it is that you do, and you may feel that there's been a bit of a lull, or perhaps it hasn't been working as good as it could be, or it's just been ticking over. It's almost like you revamp it or bring it to life. That's something that I'm being given here. This could also be a project or an idea that you shelved or put on hold that you kind of revisit over the next coming weeks, and you sort of breathe new life into it, revamp it in some way, okay? So let's get to the heart of your reading. We have the star energy. This is your protagonist energy. So that means you're shining your light no matter what. I feel like you're bringing your A game to your circumstances, and a lot of you are locked onto your goals, but also very inspired. The star energy is lots of new ideas bubbling up. This is a time of you creating a healthier working environment as well, making sure that you have good cutoff points, and honoring your quiet time so you can get some rest, not taking your work home with you if you work in an office, or if you are someone who works for yourself, making sure that you create a strategy or a structure so that you have time away to give your mind a rest. Because, the King of Swords, their mind is always switched on, and you have a strategy, but you do need a moment of pause and respite, okay? Especially since that Queen of Pentacles is there. You work super hard, whatever it is that you do, and I feel it's important to recognize sometimes you need to take a step back and just honor a period where you can replenish your batteries, as it were. But, this is a card of hope. Returning to your industry, or something that perhaps there was a lull in, or you weren't so sure about it. Maybe you felt some things were going on behind the scenes that were not in alignment with the amount of effort that you were making. There's some sort of hope returning here. It just feels like things get a little bit easier or better, okay? Of course, a lot of you are going to be like very suspicious of this, like, okay, it's getting better now, but when is the next blip coming? But actually, I see things go from better to even more successful there. I feel like you're on a trajectory here where there's some really great things coming. I mean, the star energy can also indicate that you are feeling it's time to either be seen, promote your work, for example, or maybe step up and say, look, I've been working on this, and you're giving it everything that you've got there, because the Ace of Cups indicates that deep down, you really love what you do or what you bring to the table. But with that Ten of Pentacles there, you could have reached a plateau when it comes to your finances, and you're looking to increase your wealth. Okay, for some of you, I mean, there's a promotion in the works for sure, but there's two people here as well. So this could be a creative alliance, but I'll have to pull a card on that, and I'll do that a little bit in a moment. But this is about you locked onto your goals. You have a dream. You are visualizing what you want. Now, dreams, they do come true. but you make a lot of effort. You're all in. As I said, that 10 of Pentacles indicates full investment in your dreams. A lot of you are utilizing your knowledge. You may even be building your knowledge this coming weeks and months there, because I feel there's an energy here of dedicated to information is what I'm seeing. And some of you, not all of you, but you could be thinking about real estate, or you could be thinking about building financial structures, maybe even generational wealth there. Maybe this is something that's on your mind. You may be learning more about it, how to protect your wealth through structures. If you've just come to this reading regarding money and not career, for example, I mean, because some of you with that 10 of Pentacles, it can be that you are retired, or you're thinking about retirement time. You may be looking at 401ks, pensions, and things like that. You may be feeling very uncertain about the financial lay of the land. Economically, things are very stretched, very disappointing at this moment in time, and they will continue to be quite volatile for a while. I gotta be honest with you there. But with the Death card energy and the Seven of Cups, I feel a lot of you are looking at pooling your resources to bring in different streams of income. And I see two being really beneficial for you. So this could be that some of you are like brainstorming new ideas in order to build on your wealth. I mean, you're going from a 10 of Pentacles to a Queen of Pentacles there. So if you've just come here to know about your finances, I feel like you are implementing some sort of new financial structure. Maybe you're like portioning off some of your finances that you cannot touch. You know, it's like stashing the cash, as it were, in some sort of account to make sure that you don't touch it, because I feel like you could be building upon your finances. Some of you may actually get a promotion if you are in a career, though, that increases your wealth there. But this is a card of increasing wealth. So I would say that you're being really savvy with your finances. You've locked onto a strategy. King of Swords, you're going to be quite strict with yourself. So it could be that, you know, quality over quantity when you're spending. The Death card with the Seven of Cups, it could be that you're putting an end to emotional spending or frivolous spending. You're being kind of like serious when it comes to a strategy. Maybe some of you have a larger purchase in mind, and that's why you're actually, you know, being quite strict with your finances there. But I do see that there is more wealth. You are being able to save a little bit more, or you're locked onto some sort of strategy to make sure that you save more, because you are building in wealth looking at this particular reading, okay? Now, this is the card that highlights you're going to see progress over the next coming weeks regarding something. And it could be that something that you've been putting off launching is actually going to get launched. Could be a soft launch for some of you. Maybe you've already done that soft launch and now you're like launching the real thing. But also I see a lot of you could be implementing new ideas, new strategies that just keep you ahead of your industry. It says here, hope, recognition, goals, dreams, fame, wishes, optimism, progress, and reputation. So I would say you're optimizing your energy. I feel like you are inspired, you're moving forward, and there's definitely a brighter future for you to look forward to when it comes to your career and your finances. But I feel you're not just wishing for something, you're investing in something, you're taking action on something, put a lot of energy into something that you are going to see turns into reward, okay? So I feel you're optimizing your energy, you're optimizing your ideas. A lot of you could be doubling down on something that you do already, maybe even setting it up as something that co-aligns with what you do. And I feel, you know, these two aces, these are new ideas or new things. These could be opportunities that come your way. So if you are currently thinking about ending a position, because the Death card can signal like an end of something, but it's not really an end. It's like you going through a period of transition towards something else. Because we have two aces here, I feel there's a divinely guided opportunity coming on in that you will grab with both hands, that sees you in a really great position to move forward in your career sector, and of course build in wealth there as well. I feel like you've got a strategy. So it could be that a lot of you with that Death card energy, you're leaving something. It doesn't even have to be a company that you're leaving. It could be that You're being offered this promotion so that you move into a new office or move to a new floor. For some of you, if you work for a company, this could be a company move. It could be that there is a relocation going on there as well. But if you work for yourself, if you are your own boss, for example, already, I definitely see here there's something that you're going to love launching and implementing, and it's going to build your finances there. For some of you, you may actually have to invest in this because I'm being given speculate to accumulate energy. So this could be an investment of your own money, whether it is you purchasing a course of learning to increase your wealth, or whether it is you buying tools to help you expand your reach. Whatever it is, I feel like you are going to double down on what you've got. It builds in wealth, or it helps you, build structure and bring in more money long term. But you need to kind of like either purchase something first before you actually launch it. So for example, and this may not resonate with all of you, but it can be that if you are deciding to become your own boss, for example, you may decide to purchase a laptop, okay, or, a printer or something, some sort of tool, maybe a camera if you're someone who's creative, or maybe some, art tools, or maybe even a course of learning on how to basically upskill or hone your craft. So your investment in you and your career sector and your path actually leads to better returns and multiplies wealth, okay? Because the Queen of Pentacles is all about multiplying wealth there. So a lot of you, you could be launching a new style or a new way of working, or you have a new environment. For some of you, because we have the Seven of Cups there and we have the King of Swords, there could be some sort of international energy here as well. So it could be that you are diversifying, expanding your reach. If you are someone who's an influencer online, for example, because swords are all about the ether. It can be that you're connecting to some sort of strategy using the internet, an online business, or maybe a social media platform that you could be partnering up with, for example, to get your message out there, or to connect to your audience, or whatever it is that you do, your customers. It could be that you are having some sort of international influence, or that you notice your customers are from overseas, or some of you could even be thinking about moving overseas regarding your business and looking at structures on how to find the best company to help you make that move, or even the best country for better financial returns. You're definitely in business mode. I'm actually being given this energy of legacy as well. So it could be that you're thinking about the legacy that you leave in your industry. Your reputation, most important. So I feel this is about you looking at your reputation as being someone who's a force to be reckoned with there, and you are stepping into that sense of empowerment, that star power. I feel a lot of you could be in the spotlight for some sort of reward or recognition, even a thank you for some of you, or a recognition that you're working really hard. Because I feel with the Ace of Wands here and the Moon, a lot of you are drained and you're still showing up. You're putting a smile on your face and trying to get out there and do your thing. And the Queen of Pentacles, it is in the resistance position at first, okay? But it will go into the upright. So this can indicate that for some of you, you're working really hard for finances. And of course, there may be bills or dependents. You're looking at what drains your resources over the next coming weeks and months, and how you can keep a steady flow of income to keep all those responsibilities moving forward. I definitely see here that your plans are going to be working there as well. But also, I feel for some of you, you have responsibilities in different areas, not just your work. It could be family responsibilities. So some of you may take some time out, or even just pause to take a half day, or maybe just a day out for yourself, rather than all the responsibilities that you have there as well. But also, I feel there is this flurry of activity, perhaps to get everything done before you either, I keep wanting to say take a pause, because it's almost like you're still working, okay? I'm not sure what I mean by that, because I'm not seeing any vacational energy here. So it could be that you're deciding to become a little bit more nomadic with your working environment, or maybe you're going to take a vacation but still check in to whatever it is that you do, because the Seven of Cups can be like you are having the best of all worlds. It's like you're making everything work by kind of like focused on your goals, but also maybe going out and having some fun and also traveling. It can be that you're doing a little bit of everything at this time with that Seven of Cups. Now, really interesting. I don't know if you can hear that. I can hear like an alarm. Okay, so I'm not sure if that's an alarm, or maybe you can hear it sometimes because I'm clairaudient. Sounds will come in. So either someone's alarm just went off and I'm tapping into your energy, or this could be that you're being more structured with your time. Perhaps you're getting up earlier because the aces are like fresh new start. Could be that you're structuring your day in a different way. So it could be that you are setting your alarm to get up super early, you know, the early bird catches the worm kind of thing. You're getting more things done, especially if you're doing something creative or something that is in alignment with a steady working job that you have. If you're doing two things or trying to get two things running at the same time, could be that you're pooling your time and your resources together to make sure that you can do everything and still have a little bit of time for yourself there, okay? Now, on a more mundane level, a lot of you could be identifying things that have an expiry date, because we have the death card there. So you may be looking at visas, passports, expiry dates on contracts, service providers, maybe even contracts, your own contracts. Could be that a contract, if you're a freelancer, for example, is coming to an end of a cycle and you're now searching a little bit further afield for new opportunities. It's going to be loads of opportunities coming on in here. You may even have to turn something down, is what I'm seeing there. But if you are someone who wants to be a little bit more nomadic in your industry, it could be that you're looking at visas, passports. If something has expired, because the death card can be expiry dates on things that you need to run your business or keep things running smoothly, you know, you may have to renew some things or maybe apply for new things. Some of you could also be applying for new jobs, you know, under the radar because of that moon energy. It could be that you're also working on a project behind the scenes and, you know, whatever it is you're working on in secret or that you're about to launch, I feel it's going to be very successful indeed, okay? Some of you with that Ace of Cups, you are, as I said, bringing your A game there, and you really care about what you do, you care about your reputation, and you're going to see your star power rise. Some of you may even be famous or be offered an opportunity to be in the public eye, or be offered an opportunity to be in a promotion or some sort of visible position in your industry where you have authority, or you know, you are someone people seek out for knowledge or the rules or how to structure something. For example, some of you may be training someone to do what you do so you can step into a new role, or maybe just go on a vacation briefly, I feel, because I get this energy of checking in there as well. I'm being given the word abroad as well. So some of you, there may be some sort of visitation from someone from abroad in your industry if you work for a company. But if you're an entrepreneur and you work for yourself, it could be that you build a strong alliance with someone from overseas, and you may be learning about the structure of how they run business, because it could be something that benefits you later on in life there. Now, this card indicates something is coming in that's, you know, very exciting. It's something that you would love. It's an offer. These are always opportunities that come in. So I feel with this, there is another one. But I'm also being given this energy because the Ace of Wands in this position can be a rejection. So if you've been rejected from something, or there was a false start on something, or a delay, for example, if you've just gone for an interview and you haven't heard anything and there's a delay, don't assume that, you know, you didn't get it. This could come back around, but there could be a delay. Either a person who is necessary in the process of hiring is either on a vacation, or they're busy and they need to refocus, and then they will be there to either give you another interview, could be going through second stage interviews, or then you hear that you like seal the deal, you get the opportunity there as well, okay? But there could be something, and this may not resonate with all of you, but I'm just being given this energy of like, you might go for an opportunity, put yourself forward or apply for something, but it could be that that particular opportunity is either not available or is sourced in-house, and another role, because they love what you do, could be offered. So it could be that they see the value in who you are, because this is you being a very valuable asset in your industry. Okay, you are someone who has a lot of knowledge. You're someone who cares about what you do. It's almost like they don't want to lose the opportunity to work with you. So how can I apply that? Let me see. So, for example, if you are a performer, an actor, actress, right, it could be that you go for an audition and the role that you're going up for is a great role, and you bring your A game, and the people who are casting, they love what you're about. And they're like, you know what, you're awesome. However, we've just signed a contract with, another actor because we feel they're correct for the role, and it's just happened in this moment. We didn't know it was going to be sealed like right now. However, we don't want to lose you. We still want you on board on the project. How about we get you to read for this role, or we offer you a straight offer and say, take this role. It's still a great role, but we just don't want to lose the opportunity to work with you. So I'm just being given that. For some of you, this could also be like if you go to work for a company and, you have noticed that there's some in-house opportunities, and you're like, you know what, I'd love to be put up for that. It could be that that particular role is not on offer, or is somehow made redundant. Like they may actually decide to close out the role and say, actually, we don't really need that. However, we don't want to lose you. So therefore, we're opening up this new opportunity. And we were wondering if you take on this responsibility instead. There could be some conversation in and around that, and it will actually bring in more money. You may need to negotiate a better deal, though, because the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles is in the resistance position at first, it can indicate that they may try to offer you a little bit less than the role deserves, and you deserve, okay? But you got 10 of Pentacles here. You know your worth. You know what you're about. And that King of Swords indicates that you're in business mode. You know, you are not going to settle for second best. I feel like you'd rather leave a position than be insulted with lower money than is expected for the amount of work that you have to do in order to do that role. So I feel a lot of you could play your ace card, as it were, by saying, you know what, it's a great opportunity. However, I feel that the going value for that role in a very competitive market and arena right now is this amount of money. And you may actually ask for more money than you actually really want, so they can negotiate you down and still feel like they're in control, because that's good business sense, right? So it could be that you negotiate in a very clever way to get the money that you want, but you may need to negotiate that. So that's something that's coming out there as well. Now, 10 of Pentacles can indicate, of course, savings, especially family wealth structures. So a lot of you could be learning about family wealth structures or legacy. You know, this is not just about your reputation. This is about building wealth for the future. So you could be getting some sort of financial advisor, or even learning about financial structures in order to make your money work for you. 10 of Pentacles indicates right now you are attracting more wealth with your knowledge. You're building on what you have already. You're already someone who's very successful. You've achieved mastery in your role because you love what you do. You always pay attention to the details. And I feel, you are someone who is an asset in your industry, no matter what industry you work in. These cards tell me that you're very gifted. This is your protagonist energy. However, it's now about unlocking the opportunities to prove it, sustain it, maintain it, and build upon it even further. And I feel that's something that you're locking onto as well. I do feel with that 10 of Pentacles that everything that you're doing, that you're dedicated to already, is something that you're going to repeat over the next coming weeks. Okay, I feel this is more about security in your working environment. But I do see a lot of you, it's like you're maintaining something, sustaining it, something that you do all the time. And the ace there indicates that you may be trying to launch something new, or a new approach to your working industry, just to keep things interesting, or to stay ahead of the industry that you work in. Things are constantly moving forward, and you always feel like you need to move forward with that. So you're very diligent. This could be you observing the nature of business, or keeping an eye on things. I'm getting a real kind of waiting, watching. You've got ideas. You're waiting for the right opportunity to lock onto those. some of you may be keeping an eye on a person who's not actually pulling their weight as well, because that Queen of Pentacles is in the resistance position. It could be someone who is getting a substantial amount of money and they're not doing all the work. So you may be noticing that they're trying to delegate. Some of you may have even taken on more work than was expected of you, which is really going to see you thrive. But at the same time, you may be looking at the unfairness of it all. This will all come to light. You may not even have to reveal it yourself, because sometimes, you know, when, especially in companies, if you work for a company, if someone is not pulling their weight and you're the person to complain about it or bring it to people's attention, sometimes you're the bad guy. Sometimes people kind of go, oh, right, okay, well, you know what, now they have to do something about it, and you've actually given them like a nudge to have to like call it out, and it feels very much like they're looking at you negatively because you called it out. But I feel a lot of you could be very clever and watch and wait, and this person's going to reveal that they're not doing anything. They're going to be seen for that, and they could be removed. So some of you may actually see someone over the next coming weeks who has not been pulling their weight be exited from the company, okay? That's if you work for a company. If you're an entrepreneur and you run your own business, some of you may actually identify this person yourself, and you may have to go through the correct legal procedures to remove that person. I feel a lot of you would rather have a conversation with this person first and say, hey, look, I've noticed that productivity is not as much as usual. Are you unhappy in the role? Is there something that perhaps I can help you with or give you training on, or, you know, perhaps there's some sort of way we can make things a little bit more enjoyable? Is there something missing? Because the Moon card can be something missing, a missing ingredient. And if this person is just like, no, you know, I've just been like struggling with this, it could be something you could either reach a negotiation point with them on, or it could be that you feel, you know what, there's no kind of like midway ground, and you may have to let them go. Okay, so that's something that's coming out there. I got to be honest with you, some of you may have to do that. The Moon card can also be an indication that there are redundancies in your working environment or your industry, and it could be that, you know, you're out there shining your light, doing what you do, you are secure in your position because you bring your A game. You may be witnessing redundancies or closures or struggle and lack, hardship in the industry that you work in. And a lot of you could be a little bit nervous or anxious about the trajectory of your career or your industry. What I see here is you kind of being really flexible, and with that Death card energy, because there's an outcome with a Seven of Cups, a lot of you, I feel like you're secure in your role because there's definitely like abundance there. You're in the flow, and the King of Swords indicates that you're someone who has a lot of knowledge and a lot of clout in your industry. I would say if you're leaving a position, it's off your own back. You decide, okay? Because the Seven of Cups can be that you're looking at your options. So if you feel there's better opportunities further afield, that's when you're leaving. I don't feel that you are going to be influenced in any shape or form by redundancy and things like that. But if you are someone who's already been influenced by that, I would say that, and you may not see this right now, but I feel they may have done you a bit of a good deal, because I feel there's better opportunities coming your way. Sometimes the universe will remove experiences or opportunities from us because it wants to deliver something better, something that's more rewarding, both emotionally and financially, because you have that Queen of Pentacles in this position, which will turn into the upright. So I would say, you know, any rejection or any kind of disappointment in your industry is leading you to bigger and better things. You may not see this right now, but I see in your outcome energy that it opens doors and options to you that perhaps you felt were locked off to you for some time. I remember many, many years ago, I was in a position where very toxic environment. They were really rude, aggressive. It was a very, you know, austere environment. And, you know, basically I would look at myself in the mirror and think, oh my gosh, this place is making me unwell. But they paid really well, and it was a job, and I was afraid to leave, and all of those things. Even I went for a reading because I cannot read for myself, okay? People who connect, they rarely can read for themselves. They can read for others, but I went for a reading, and as soon as I sat down, the person said, oh my gosh, whatever job you do, you need to leave. It's very toxic. It's actually soul destroying. It is robbing you of your soul and your energy. And I thought, oh my gosh, it really is. And, you know, anyway, cut to the chase. There was an opportunity one day where there was a big meeting, and suddenly I found myself standing up in this meeting and was like, I'm leaving. And I was like, oh my gosh. It's almost like there was two sides of me. One side of me was saying, I'm leaving. And the other side of me was like, what are you doing? Sit down, shut up. You need this job. You need this money. You've got responsibilities. What about your family? What about all these things? And I'd never, ever left a position in my whole life, you know, like this especially. And I was scared, and it was just happening. It was like almost like my, you know, my guides had literally launched my body up and was like marching me kind of like out the door. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is happening, it's happening. I can't believe it. And suddenly there was this stillness. I was afraid. The moon card is fear or anxiety. And this is the only reason I'm sort of mentioning this. Sometimes we get nervous because we think about job security. We think about all the things that we're sacrificing to make something work. And what if it doesn't work? We get scared. But I want you to be aware that the universe is always watching and listening. You know, and I kid you not, I was also trying to set up new opportunities on the side that was very, very hard to do. And, the opportunities that I wanted in my career, they were never showing up for me. And as soon as I left this position, I stood very still, very scared. And suddenly this calm came over me. And the universe, it was just almost like trust the process. Okay, I know you're scared right now, but you don't know what is to come. And I was like, I don't. But I was open. I was scared, but I was open. And suddenly all the opportunities that I really, really wanted in my whole heart and soul, the things that I dreamt of, because the moon card is dreaming, it is visualizing what you want. And they started to come towards me without any effort. Suddenly I was getting an email in my email box. So I was like, oh my gosh, there's an opportunity. It's just arisen. I need to connect to this. Or people were reaching out suddenly out of the blue. They didn't know my circumstances. At that time, I was very nervous about the next steps. And also there was a little bit of pride that I was like, okay, I'm not going to tell people that this is what's happened, that I thought I'd keep it to myself, very private at the time. But the universe was actually aligning me with people who were just showing up in my life. And I was like, oh my gosh, the right things are coming towards you. What is meant for you will never pass you by. Trust the process. So if you are going through a very turbulent time in your career or your industry, ask yourself, what is it you really want? Take a stock, a moment of stillness, and be like, okay, and watch the universe deliver these opportunities. That doesn't mean you're not taking action, you know, investigating things or going to apply for things or interviewing for things. You know, you could be doing some of those things as well, but I feel there is some sort of hidden opportunity or an alignment. The moon represents something you cannot see right now is being lined up for you, okay? Now, removing myself from that energy with a lot of respect, I just felt like someone may be going through that, and that's why it just hit me in the energy, so I had to mention it. But this can also indicate that you are making intuitive moves in your industry, but also you're looking at things that drain you day to day, okay? Whether it's people, there could be a person here who's draining you. This is someone who... Thanks so much, I'm so grateful. Oof, I don't like that energy, okay? Something came through. There's someone in your life right now. You may know intuitively who this person is. It's not that they wish you to fail, but they kind of like it when you don't get to where you want to be, okay? This person could be a friend of me. I'm just going to pull a quick card on that because there's two people here, okay? But I'm just picking up on a person who perhaps they revel in things that don't go your way. So just watch out for that. I feel this is, I mean, this could be someone you work with, but I feel more than anything, this could be a person who you've known for a while. This could be a friend, or, well, a friend of me. I want to say friend of me. Can you please clarify this Queen of Pentacles for my beautiful Scorpio? Two of Cups, yeah. This is someone that you have a lot of time for, a lot of respect for, but deep down, you know, I mean, the Two of Cups can be that there is, this bond between you both. Now, this person could be going through some stuff themselves, and it is projecting. Okay, it's like they're going to see your success, and it's not that they wish you unwell or they don't wish you to thrive or succeed, but I feel there could be someone that you're connected to, because this is a connection card, okay, who basically either they see your success and they fear that you are going to outgrow them and leave them behind. Or it can be that for some of you, I'm going to apply it to your energy as well. It could be that deep down, success means change. And we can have a fear of success. You know, when you are moving into new pay grades, your life could be changing. It could also be that you're changing neighborhoods or changing homes or changing jobs, or, you know, the structure is changing in some way. That can bring fear, anxiety with that moon energy. But the Two of Cups, it means everything's going to work out in the end. I feel the same way about this frenemy. I feel, you know, ultimately there's love there. Ultimately that there is like some sort of bond between you that is kind of unbreakable, but I feel there could be someone that you're going to sort of step away from for a time, or maybe you're going to keep a project like under the radar, not tell this person, not tell people what you're up to, because sometimes your success will remind them of not their failure, but that they are not where they feel like they should be in their world, if that makes sense. You know, sometimes a person can support you to the ends of the earth and really love you, because that Two of Cups tells me that, you know, there's a lot of connection there. But also when someone is successful, you support them and you want to raise them up. But it also makes you start thinking about, oh, when is it my turn? I'm feeling that from this person. So just watch out for that. I feel if you're working on something in secret, you're doing a really great job. Keep that secret until you're ready to reveal it, because it's complete or ready to launch, okay? Also, some of you, because we have the moon energy and the Fool card, there could be someone here who is new to your industry who actually develops romantic feelings for you, okay? Or it could be if you work for yourself, you're an entrepreneur, I feel you could actually connect to some sort of like co-working space or networking event, and there could be some sort of romantic connection there as well. But ultimately, you know, the Two of Cups, I'm basically clarifying this Queen of Pentacles and removing the person aspect. This could be a fresh new start, is going to build a strong alliance. You're getting a lot of duality in your reading, which means two streams of income or pooling your resources to do two things at the same time, whether it is something that's automated or passive income and something that's sustainable that you do and invest your energy into. I just feel like there's two. Okay, so I feel this is a great month to launch that idea. And we have that moon energy. It says dreams, emotions, fears, fantasy, creativity, mood swings, and the unseen. A lot of you could deal with someone who has mood swings as well. They could be going through some sort of emotional change or upset in their life. It's nothing personal, but I feel they could bring their private life to work. Or if you are someone who is an entrepreneur, it could be like a service provider or a customer service person or someone that you have to deal with for your industry. It could be that they are off with their A game. They're not bringing it. There's something emotional that they're going through. And it could be that you have to either correct a mistake or you have to return to something because they made an error or they just were not paying attention. Okay, they seem distracted, whoever this person is. So with a lot of love and respect, I'm going to move away from that energy and focus more on your energy. For some of you, you know, you may be really connecting, as I mentioned, to this moon energy, which is like independence with that wolf and the dog. There tends to be a wolf and a dog on the moon card, and the dog represents something sustainable, maintaining, something that has structure, something that you have to give it attention, okay? And you could be pooling your resources to diversify what you do so that you have two things up and running at the same time. And it gives you a little bit more freedom there. But I would say the moon is an indication that something unseen, something that you're not aware of, something new is coming your way. So this could be like a new position, new bonus. For some of you, it could be a new project or a new way of working. But also I feel, this is new income because we have an ace there representing new, and we have the Queen of Pentacles, which is, an opportunity to double or multiply your wealth, or something you're committed to has more life in it. It's like something you're committing to. Again, it's this energy of committing to something, investing in something, but also launching something new on the side. And you're not sure how well it's going to do, but I can tell you it's going to do really well. For some of you, you could be launching a book or a creative endeavor, or you could be doing a course of learning for people to download, for example, because you have so much knowledge with that 10 of Pentacles and that King of Swords energy. But I'm actually going to pull a card because there are two people here. So if you are someone who is in business with a partner, the partner could try to either buy you out or they could decide to leave. A lot of you, if you're in a creative partnership, someone may decide to leave, and you have more creative control over the industry. And if you are launching a business, it could be that you're partnering up in business with another person. So let me just see that, because we've got two energies. I mean, sometimes it doesn't have to be a person. It can be that you are creating a partnership or an alliance with a company, or maybe even a social media platform. Perhaps you're applying to earn money on a social media platform and you're given the go-ahead, and now you're making money. It's the fresh new start. Queen of Pentacles. I mean, my guides are like, I said Queen of Pentacles, I meant Queen of Pentacles. I feel it's more about your money, diversifying what you do and building upon wealth. You're committed to something, you're making it work despite the challenges. And a lot of you may feel like there's no support, or you're exhausted. Maybe even for some of you, you may feel undervalued, but I feel like you bring a lot to your career and you're going to see the rewards of that. This card often means that you're committed to something and you are the architect of your dreams, and you're going to see opportunities to help you with your endeavors come on in, but also it means you're being practical. You're getting involved in something, and the seeds that you've planted will actually bear fruit. There is reward here. So some of you could see like a tax rebate, maybe even a bonus for some of you, or an increase in your finances. I mean, I do see for some of you, you may, and I hate to give you this message, okay, some of you, there may be like a hidden bill that comes in, or something that you were not expecting that you have to pay out on, but you've got the resources and you will replenish the resources. But it could give you a moment of feeling a little bit frustrated, like, oh my gosh, I can't catch a break. But actually, I feel you managed to work it out. Looking at the energy, it's not something that I see you getting back. I see you replenishing your account by working really hard, because Queen of Pentacles is often, a very hard worker there. Some of you may be thinking about setting up something from home or working from home. Could be a creative endeavor there. But I mean, a lot of you are thinking about real estate. Maybe you're working towards that in order to bring in passive income there and create a structure. Some of you could also have like an intermediary. So for example, if you're renting out properties, it could be that you're applying to certain realtors, or, what's that online? Like Airbnb. I'm not here to like, advertise anyone's business, for example, but it could be lines of inquiry that you're thinking about right now in order to build on your wealth. Okay. Now, we do have an outcome energy here of finances sort of, I would say, increasing. This is long term. This is a card of abundance. Fishes in the Lenormand deck basically means, you're in the flow towards creating more wealth, more stability in your industry and in your bank account. It says finances, wealth, abundance, business, money flowing smoothly, and freedom. And of course, Jupiter expands opportunity, it expands wealth. So I would say a lot of your ideas are starting to take shape, and even something that you're working on behind the scenes, when you're ready to reveal it, it may shock a lot of people, but I feel it's actually going to be very lucrative indeed. Some of you may also be enlisting the help of some sort of advisor to legally structure something over the next coming weeks. I mean, ultimately, no matter what you do, I feel like you're organized and you are, owning your time, you're disciplined, and I feel like you're making a lot of effort, being productive, locked onto your goals. You're structured and serious, and you're planning for the future. You're not just working for the now, you're working for your future. And some of you could also talk to like a pensions or 401k advisor on your acquisitions, because a lot of you are locked on to your money. You're just keeping an eye on that with that card there. And it could be something that's provided by your company if you work for a company, or if you own your own company, it could be advice you're getting from like an accountant or some sort of wealth practitioner who helps you, who's very knowledgeable there. You could learn new structures about making that money work for you and having more money efficiently in your pocket there. Now, the Death card can indicate a lot of you are going to see some changes in your industry, but also I feel like you are changing the way that you work in order to open up new opportunities. Could be a new venture or new creative start here, or maybe just some enlightenment. Suddenly you're in your primal power, you're dynamic, and you have that spark of inspiration there and the energy to move through certain changes. You know, the Death card can also indicate some of you are breaking old habits in your industry as well. You're not the sort of person to procrastinate, but you could be looking at things that drain your energy, maybe even food substances. Perhaps you've been having like intense highs and crashing lows after certain beverages or food substances, and I feel a lot of you want to be locked on to this important coming weeks there where you want to bring your A game and be on top of things. And I feel with the Death card, this could also be that you are ending a flurry of activity because you're taking a break. Okay, some of you may even be thinking about a sabbatical, taking some time out, maybe going traveling, maybe looking at your options. You know, the Death card doesn't mean the end of something. It can indicate that you're in a transition period to break old habits or even create space for greater opportunities. For some of you, it could be that you're creating space for these new ideas to really flourish and grow and become part of what you do day to day, so that you can actually, you know, increase your wealth there as well, especially if they are second streams of income or different projects or different companies that you're setting up. We have the Seven of Cups, which is the power of possibility, and it can be that something that you've been dreaming about or fantasizing about becomes your lifestyle, okay? But it can also indicate that you're being really flexible because you're super busy and you're open for opportunities to come your way. This is a card that does not doubt the power of possibility, and I feel this is about you unleashing your creative abilities. Some of you, they are co-creating abilities, so you could partner up in some way with some sort of creative collaboration, but you're definitely building very strong alliances. I actually feel there's someone that you know already who has information that you require or maybe are searching for and have found it really hard to find. And this person could help you open doors or just give you the information you need to set up a structure that you've been wanting to do for some time. I mean, the Seven of Cups can also indicate right at the end of June, because I feel it's like the cusp of mid to end June, that period. I just get this energy of you being like super busy and could be a little bit scattered, okay? And that's why this card is present. You need to be a little more structured with your time from the middle to the end of June, because there could be some distractions, or you could have a lot on, like excess work or new things coming your way, and you're getting to grips with things, learning the ropes on something for some of you. I'm going to pull a card on that Seven of Cups for you there, because the Seven of Cups basically can indicate that you have a lot of options and you may need to focus on one thing or prioritize with something and put something else to the side, or even sacrifice a task or even an option or an opportunity in order to embrace something better for you. We have the Strength card and we have the Moon. Strength card is to be flexible, to be vigilant. The Moon can be something that's unseen, as I mentioned there. We've got the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, you're going to be busy. Multitasking, very important. So there could be like a hidden extra project or something comes up in the middle of June that you have to deal with, and you will deal with it, is what I see. I feel like you completely are on top of it. But Two of Pentacles is to be multitasking. Means you're going to be very busy. A lot of you are weighing up your options as well. You could be moving money around during this period as well there, but this is about finding balance in your working environment to make sure you have some time for you or to have fun there. I would say the Two of Pentacles and the Moon has shown up twice now. This is an unexpected development that increases your wealth or needs your attention, okay? Because I feel with this Two of Pentacles, it could be that you're going to be constantly on the go at this period, and you're not overspending. I feel there's an energy here of pooling your resources to make things work for you, but also you're stashing some money away, moving money around, or some of you may even decide to leave a financial institution that you've banked with for some time in favor of better like interest rates elsewhere. So it could be that as well. But the Strength card, a lot of you could be doing something bold and daring, something that you've had in the works for some time, and now you're ready to release, okay? Because I'm getting this energy of release the beast or release the project. And, you know, this also can be a card of vigilance, because I feel something, you know, comes left field for you. I'm not really sure what it is, but I feel like you have the flexibility, the knowledge to deal with it, whatever it is. I don't feel it's negative. Got to be honest with you. Looking at your cards, I don't think it's negative, but it may require you to prioritize something over the other. Now, we do have that King of Swords, which means structure is going to be the key to your success over the next coming weeks. You're organized and you're in the planning stages of something. I feel like you're locked onto something futuristic here for you, and you're going to see success in this. This indicates that you're a pro at what you do. So no matter what comes your way, even if it's unexpected, you're on top of it. And this is a card of promotion or reaching a certain level in your industry where you just know what you're doing and you have a very strong reputation as someone who brings your A game, and you're not going to flounder in that either. This could also be that your ideas are starting to flourish and grow there. But again, I keep being given this energy of two things at the same time. There are two things that could have been difficult, but actually the way you handle them, some of you, it could be a diplomatic conversation, or it could be that you negotiate a better deal. It feels like the way you handle the next coming weeks will see you flourish and thrive. And I'm very excited for you indeed there. I'm just going to go and get some final cards. I mean, I'm also picking up on an energy of you dealing with someone who is really hard to please. And the way that you deal with something, I feel like you could impress them, and it could open new doors there as well. But a lot of you, it's like you're thinking before you act. There's a strategy. You're in the planning stages of something. You could be preparing for something. You could be preparing for a conversation. I mean, you've got the card of wrapping up. So some of you could be wrapping up a project and starting something new, finishing your goals and being on to the next thing. Some of you could be wrapping up a business. You may be selling it, or you could be deciding to go into a different arena or different industry. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. I mean, a lot of you are freeing yourself from something. You're ending something. Got information. You could be taking flight. You could be diversifying, expanding your reach. I'm just getting this like options opening. It's like the door opens to you being like independent or free of some sort of structure. Now, structure is going to work really well for you. And by that, I mean your time, your energy, your schedule. But I feel there could be some sort of structure, like legal structure, that helps you be a little bit more financially free in some way. It could be something you're looking at. Please apply it to your situation. We have a lovely bow there. It says, wrapping up. This situation ends so you can move on to new things. Better things are in store. Now, that message did come out there for a lot of you in this reading. Interesting that even another deck is highlighting that. And this could be as simple as like you're locked onto your responsibilities and tasks, and you're getting a lot done, so you can factor in some new extra things that you want to move forward with there. We also have free yourself. Okay, so if you felt stuck in a rut, or you felt caged, or you've reached a plateau, a glass ceiling in your industry, there's better opportunities here for you to move on to, and I feel like you will set yourself free there. It says, work to pay off your debt and unlock earning potential, open to prosperity. A lot of you could be taking down your repayment plans or debt, credit card debt, for example. You're focused on your money, that's for sure. So a lot of you could be making an effort to do that, which financially frees you. As I said, I feel like you are working towards financial freedom here, independence, and you're going to be locked completely onto that and achieve your goal there. We've also got information. I did mention someone's got a piece of information that is going to be very interesting to help you move forward. Pearls of wisdom there, but it could also be that you are learning something that helps you move forward. Could be new knowledge, helps you expand your reach or enter a new pay grade there as well. Could be putting yourself on a course of learning or actually imparting your wisdom. You're someone who has a lot of knowledge, so you could be actually creating some sort of like how-to manual or a book about what you do, or maybe some advice on your industry. It could be a course of learning online that helps people learn what you do. And it could be something that, you know, is passive income, something that is almost like automated once you've worked really hard at it and you've got it completed. You're wrapping up that project, and now it's ready to be free to make you some money, for example. But it says, to write or express yourself in words opens new doors. Say what's on your mind. But with that King of Swords there, I feel like you're clever, you're diplomatic, you're utilizing, the vocab to negotiate better deals and win the room. You're very influential and also very persuasive at this time. So use that to your advantage. Some of you may literally be writing a book on what it is that you do, because I'm getting this energy of you kind of like writing it all down, documenting it, and it could be something that you utilize for your future, if not now. And we've also got bountiful career. So this is a period of expansion, more, abundance coming. It says keep growing in knowledge and plant your ideas. That's definitely something you're doing here. You're converting your seeds to profits. Those two aces are seeds, the start of something, and this is your profits, okay? And I feel profits will double over time. And this could be through bonuses. It could be through you saving, working really hard, but also it could be that you are building with new options on what you do already. Thank you so much for that. Now, in the water, I'm seeing 888. That's the number of wealth. Okay, so it could be, oh my gosh, thanks so much. I'm so grateful. Now, interesting, because now I'm seeing there is a trinket in here, 888. I just caught it in my eye sight there, the line of sight there, but I was seeing it in the water. Obviously you can't see what I can see, but I wish you could. But there is 888 there. It didn't come out for you, but it's something that I saw. Maybe it's something you're going to see over the next coming weeks and months. Now we have the elephant. Elephants never forget. So you have a lot of retained knowledge in your industry, but it could be that you're doing some heavy lifting over the next coming weeks and months, removing blockages, maybe even smashing through any money blocks there as well. But this is about you being intuitive and removing any obstacles to move forward. You have a lot of strength, and a lot of you could be a little bit more nomadic in your industry as well. We have the spider, which represents good luck. The spider spins their web and catches opportunity. So you could be in the planning stages. That's your web, your network, as it were. So you could be networking, or someone who's very influential. You yourself is already influential there. But spiders, they always represent good luck, prosperity, and also they make their own luck. They make their own web. So you are self-made. You are someone who is building your network, which will catch opportunities in turn. And interesting, because we have the moon there, spiders are so intuitive. During an eclipse, they actually take down their own web, and they see it as a time where they are not going to get the best opportunities. So they think about the best time. And when that eclipse passes, then they spin their web again. So it can be that you're looking at the nature of market, industry, how things are working, and you could be prioritizing what's doing really well right now and waiting until it's better time to launch something else. So that could be relevant in some way. And also we've got a little backpack. So some of you could be on the move, or you could be, migrating your business overseas. Maybe this is something that perhaps you are looking into, or you've already done there. I mean, a backpack can indicate that you are kind of like structured, you're off to work. But we've got baggage. So it is baggage here. So it could be that you are like moving or relocating in your industry. What else could that mean? Backpack. You have all the tools at your disposal to move forward, or you could be like downsizing in the way that you prioritize your business. Like you may be outsourcing some things to an accountant or to a financial advisor to help you kind of focus on what's important and let everybody else do everything else. You're still overseeing it all with that King of Swords, but it could be something that you're delegating at this time. But I feel a lot of you, it could be, you're getting everything finalized and done so you can take a vacation, or so you can get on to other things there. So I'll leave that there. I hope something resonates. I feel a lot of you are, busy, and some of you have no support. You're still feeling very drained, but I feel like you're bringing your A game, and there is reward to that as well. So I'll leave that there, my beautiful Scorpio. Thank you so much, and love and light.